Hello kids! Today our lesson will be about composition writing skills. First of all, what is a composition? A composition is a short story written to relate about an event or an incident which can either be imaginary or which really happened. On the right-hand side, we will now examine a model composition written by Maria, which was about building a kennel for her puppy. In this case, it was based on an imaginary situation. Now, have a look at the parts identified in red. I'm sure that you have come across them in other texts. Yes, these blocks of text are called paragraphs. Next, we are going to examine the use of linking words. On the right are some examples of linking words, such as although, soon, as usual, when, etc. Proper use of linking words are essential for good composition writing. They allow us to write complex sentences. Here is an example. Sentence 1. My little brother was very tired. Sentence 2. He went to bed early. The linking word used here will be as. So, think about how will we use as to make a complex sentence from the two sentences above. Yes, you're right. As my little brother was very tired, he went to bed early. Now, another example will be sentence 1. Faisal is ill. Number 2. He has to stay in bed. The linking word used here will be so. Think about it, children. How will we use so to make a complex sentence? Yes, Faisal is ill. He has to stay in bed. Faisal is ill, so he has to stay in bed. It was easy, this one, wasn't it? Here is another model composition. In this sample, linking words can be easily identified. These are words such as when, who, so, as usual, since then, which, as you can see, act like a glue to create fluidity in the text. As far as the structure is concerned, the composition consists of three main parts: the introduction, body, and conclusion. First is the introduction, which introduces the moment, which is the time the story takes place, the character, that is the person involved in the story, the setting, which is actually the place where the story occurs. The next part is the body, which is in fact the main part of the story and is normally made up of paragraphs. Here, it starts with the build-up, where you talk about what is happening at the start of the story. Moreover, quite often, a story depicts a dilemma or a problem. For example, in this composition, the problem would be that the articles bought were not the ones that mother had expected. Finally, you talk about how the story ends, the solution or lesson learned from it. One last thing, kids, repetition of words and ideas should be avoided in composition writing. Now, children, here are some tips on how to improve your composition with correct sentence structure. Suppose you have two ideas. They saw his school results. They started laughing at him. Now, can you link these two ideas to make a complex sentence? So, did you find it? Well, let me help you. On seeing his school results, they started laughing at him. On seeing is the present participle of the verb to see. Let us see another example. They attended the morning assembly. They went to their classroom. So, think. Well, the answer is, after attending the morning assembly, they went to their classroom. Of course, I'm sure you've guessed that attending is the present participle of the verb to attend. Let's now work on another skill. You again have two ideas. They saw the police. They ran away. How can you improve this? I'll give you a hint. So think. As soon as they saw the policeman, they ran away. This was an easy one, wasn't it? This time, we are going to use onomatopoeias for improving our composition. Onomatopoeias are words which mean nothing more than the sound it makes. For instance, pop, buzz, bang, hiss, drip, splash, boom, and drink drink. Interesting, isn't it? Well, you can also use them in your composition. An example would be drink drink made my alarm clock urging me to wake up. Voila, I'm sure you'll use this type of words next time. Let's move on with direct speech. Here is an extract from Alice's in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. And who are these? Asked the Queen, pointing to the gardeners. Here, the direct speech is, and who are these? It's as if you make the character talk for really. So you see, children, today I'm sure you've learned a lot about composition writing. But before taking your leave, let me remind you of some important ideas we've come across today. First of all, take some time to organize the story before writing it down. Think about the characters, setting, the problem, resolution, and how you will end the story. Do not hesitate to use linking words. Avoid repetition of words and ideas. Don't forget the introduction, body, and conclusion. You can use direct speech and expression, but do not make an abuse of them. Pay attention to your grammar, proper use of verbs, and spelling. Last but not least, read and revise your composition after completion. It's goodbye from me now. See you soon for our next lesson.